you deal with something different in real time. You got to make adjustments, and it's really easy to crack on all the negative parts of it. But they're going through a lot, and they've got to continue to learn it. And it's not easy because we have young guys that are absolutely not even close to being ready for what we're asking them to do. We have older guys that are not ready to have it ratcheted up like that. But at the same time, it's in real time. We got to play games. We've got to have practices. We've got to improve, and that's where we're at. So OG had a very successful surgery today. I don't have any more. I don't have any more on that other than that it was successful. The doctor felt that it went well, and James is not available now. But the rest of them are trying to get healthier. They're trying to get stronger, especially the guys that were really struggling with their health issues this past weekend, which was Duran, which was Curtis, which was obviously Juwan. And at the same time, we're trying to get better. So our biggest thing is to make sure that we're giving them real confidence, real truths. Don't get focused on the what ifs. Don't get focused, the result. It's such a result-oriented business, but this is truly where the process comes into play. You've just got to keep getting better and better, and keep improving. And that's what we're working on. That's what our whole focus is. And when you're doing that, you're navigating a lot of different circumstances, and it's probably good that I don't read much. I read things. I don't read a lot that would have to do with our team. And I hope that they don't either, because the most important thing they can do is focus on what that they can control, which is their improvement, which is their attitude, which is building togetherness and a confidence. And it goes through a lot of different stressful times, especially like with those young guys. We're asking a lot of them, and it comes to light when you watch what Yogi's done the last two nights, and you realize that was here a few months ago. All right. We were getting that from him, and now we're in a completely different situation. But it creates opportunities for everybody else, and that's what we've got to continue to stay focused on and get ready for a very tough-minded, very aggressive, very good shooting team and fast team in the sense of Penn State. And it'll be here before we know it. So go ahead.
Tom, when you have the young guards in particular, they have to, there is no mercy in the Big Ten. How do you?
There's no mercy anywhere, right? There's no mercy. There's no mercy from any part of it, right? So that doesn't even come into the equation. But go ahead.
But in order to accelerate the process now, so that they can handle what
there is no accelerating the process, Pete. I just said every individual. You try to do the very best that you can do, but every individual learns at a different pace. All they can do is get the experience and the understanding. Every player that comes through goes through struggling points, and but it's a short-term memory, society. Nobody really looks at those long-term type of things. So we just got to continue to keep them improving, show them where we can get better. Obviously the turnovers have to improve. Everything has to improve. Whether we had a great winning streak going on right now or not, you just continually have to get better. So really, outside of that, I don't have anything really that I can really point to any of you on that I'm going to really be able to discuss in the sense, well, this has got to get better, that's got to get better. We just have to improve, and guys have to go through this.
You said yesterday was a lot of individual work. Is that similar to what happened today?
No, we had a practice today. Yeah.
What's the balance for a guy like Juwan right now, who obviously is less than 100%, and obviously need a guy like that to kind of play?
Well, it's tough because he's not the same right now, and there's no question that he's got to improve his health. And then once his health improves, his game will improve. But it just, the short space quickness, the confidence, he's gone through a lot this year. He's gone through a lot in 2 years. And we've got to continue to find ways to help him get that confidence, put him in situations that'll make the game easier for him, hopefully. Jeremy, you got anything today? No questions today? Got anything?
Sure.
Go ahead.
You got some good, you talked the other day about getting the ball inside with Thomas and Duran. Does that need to be more of a focus?
Well, I think it's been a focus for a while. Yeah, I think those guys having the ball in their hands is pretty good. They don't always get rewarded with it, and with the fouls. But yeah, that's a strong focus. You've got to continue to take what the defense has given you, take where your strengths are at that particular time, and at the same time, the more the ball touches the paint or the post, it's really important.
You talked about creating opportunities through this How would you evaluate Devontae's first start the other day?
He's got to get better. Yeah, he's got to. No question, he's got to make the game simpler, right? And he's not unlike other ones that we've had. And actually, when he makes it simpler, he'll be able to do even more. We want him to be in situations where he's ready to catch and shoot the ball, not think that it has to be put down on the floor all the time. Attack the rim, not settle for a pull-up, get by people, close out a little bit better. All the things that we work on in practice, but now they're being, instead of coming in at times and doing it against a starter, occasionally doing it against a starter. Now he's doing it against a starter majority of the time. And so the talent level's really raised. There's no question about that. But he's improving, but he can be his own worst enemy at times, when he's not as aware as he needs to be, or when he's not as, looking for that opportunity to take that shot. And like anything else, he's got to keep understanding the speed of the game. And his speed can be pretty good because he does a lot of good things, but sometimes you just want to slow down, catch the ball and shoot it, catch the ball and feed the post. And he has nothing to prove. That's what we try to get across to these guys. And that's a big life lesson too. Just do what you do, right? Just do what you do. We'll keep getting better at the rest of it. There's a lot of places they can look around the program and look into the NBA and look into the history here of knowing that guys got better. If you stay true to what you're doing, you'll get better. And we have to be reminded of that once in a while too. But that's really what the biggest focus is for him.
Tony Carr, I think you mentioned him last night. Obviously had a good game in State College. As you sort of break it down, what allowed him to really get rolling in that game? I know you're familiar with him from even his time as a high school player. How can you slow him down, I guess, take him out of that?
He got too loose getting downhill. He got too loose in the ball screen. We fouled him 6 times. I think he drew 6 fouls in that game. So it got him to the foul line some. And there's a lot of concerns because Banks can really shoot the ball. Garner can shoot it. Reeves is shooting almost 50% on the road in the Big Ten. So they have a lot of guys, that can play. But we've just got to be really, really conscious of him in the ball screen. And our guys are excited for this next game. I truly believe that.
What are your most common mistakes right now defensively? Is it some of it due to youth, you think? Or
Yeah, I don't. What you answered for me? What do you think?
well, like hedges and making the right angles on ball screens, things like that.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is still being able to get over the screen, and defensively, depending on what the coverage is, first step type of stuff. The freshmen really struggle with that, and it's just really guarding that first dribble, and then making sure that the help is in position. We were doing a pretty good job defensively the other day in the second half. For the most part, our blockouts were better. Our urgency was good with that. But we just, offense hurt us as much in that game as anything else. And with the amount of open shots that we missed. But again, when you've got a team that's got to continue to mature, they have to understand that even when the shots aren't going, you have to be at a really high level defensively. And we're not a great communication team. I'd like to find one that is, because I would take every off day right now and walk to where that practice would be, so I could learn that. But everybody I talk to is having the same issues with getting guys to really understand how much they got to communicate effectively, often, real time, and consistently, right? And that's no different for us. So, but again, there's no excuse. We've got to keep getting better at that. So bottom line is probably that first step type of stuff. Keeping our hands out and active where we don't slap down. We had a great play the other day late in the game. We changed defenses. 2-3 seconds left on the shot clock, and Duran had the guy pinned, and he brought his hands underneath him that drove into it, right? Those kind of details. 2 missed rebound opportunities, late. We've got to get the biggest things we've got to get better at. We got to get to the foul line more and get the other team there less. We've got to rebound the ball again better. We were at such a high rate with that. And James is a tremendous defensive rebounder. OG is a rebounder. Jawan has not been the same, obviously, through the injuries and missing him in that time. So if we can get that part of it better, get that part of it back, get our blockouts to continue to get better. They were much better the other day. If we can get that part of it better, that'll help us clean up some of the mistakes that we're making.
I think I heard you on the radio last night saying you recently talked to Izzo about just some of the stuff young guys deal with, just behind the scenes stuff that people don't really know about. Is there anything you can share about?
Not really. No, I mean, not really. So, I mean, it's just one of those conversations. I mean, it's just part of it, but, no, I really don't have much more I could say there.
I know it's only been 2 days,
I'd have to really think that out, so, go ahead.
it's only been 2 days since Northwestern, but do you expect Curtis to be able to play?
I hope he plays better. Yeah, he was definitely limited the other day, and we could see it early on, so I hope so. Anybody else?